Okay, year 11, we're coming back to you live from the library. Well, it's not live now anyway, but I am. Now, we looked at sketching linear graphs, right? Linear relations. We found 2 points and we drew the straight line through it. Now, quadratics, they're not a straight line, they're a curve, they're a parabola. Right, curves. I need more than 2 points. We are going to aim for 4 points, 4 particular points. We're going to look for the y-intercept. Okay. Now all parabolas have a y-intercept. That's great. We are going to look for 2 x-intercepts. Not all parabolas have 2 x-intercepts, but for the time being, I'm only going to ask you to sketch ones that do. We're going to find the axis of symmetry, which is not a point, it's a line, but we are going to find when that line crosses the parabola, and that's going to be at a place called the vertex. Right? That's going to be the highest or the lowest point on the parabola where it turns around. Okay, so we're going to find the y-intercept, 2 x-intercepts, and the vertex. Right? Those are the things we're going to do. That won't cover all parabolas, but it'll do these ones. Right? That's all I'm going to ask you to do for the time being. Here is a parabola. Let's have a look and see how it goes. Now, what I need to do is remember to find the y-intercept. Let x equal 0. So, let x equal 0. Therefore, y equals 0 squared minus 3 times 0 minus 4. It's a good start. First thing. Second thing. Let y equal 0 gives me the x-intercepts, right? But that tells me that, I'm just going to change this ever so slightly, x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Yeah, not really done there. What are we going to have to do? We are going to have to factorise that. So I have a negative root, and they are different, so I've got a positive and a negative. They multiply to negative 4, they add to negative 3, that sounds like negative 4 and plus 1 to me, so x minus 4, x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, same thing? Yep. Remember, we've just done this for this reason, so that we can sketch these things here. Now, that means that x minus 4 equals 0, or x plus 1 equals 0. You could skip some of this working out, I think. So x equals 4, or x equals 1. Okay, when x equals 4 or when x equals 1, this equation is equal to 0, which means that my parabola crosses the x-axis at 4 and 1. Now, one more thing to, well, sort of 2 more things to do. We're going to find the axis of symmetry. It is exactly halfway. Oh, hang on. Negative 1 there. Negative. That doesn't look very good. That's unclear. Erase. Pseudo erase. X equals negative 1. Right, they're my 2 ones. So, if I find the average of these two, add them together divided by 2, that's going to be the axis of symmetry. If I substitute that into my equation, that is going to give me the y-coordinate of the vertex. See how that works? 4 plus negative 1 over 2 equals 1.5. Okay, my axis of symmetry is at x equals 1.5. Now, let x equal 1.5. Therefore, y equals 1.5 squared minus 3 times 1.5 minus 4. Putting the pressure on. So that is 2.25. I'm switching now. 2.25 minus 4.5. Ooh, that sounds like minus 2.25 minus 4. Minus 6.25. Minus 6.25, or 6 and a quarter, if you will. So my vertex is at 1.5. I should probably use a consistent set of things here. Negative 6 and a quarter. Okay, there's my vertex. Now I've got to sketch it, right? So I've got my y-intercept, pair of x-intercepts, and my vertex. Bit of a tip. It's easier to draw your parabola first. Now, because it is a positive x squared, not negative x squared, remember we talked about this, positive and negative, smiley face. Easier to draw your parabola first. Yeah. Now, it crosses the x-axis. These should have arrows on the end. Probably not going to be marked down, but anyway. The x-axis crosses at negative 1 and at 4. Okay, so that means that my y-axis is somewhere around here. Righto, and that crosses my y-axis at negative 4. And the vertex here is at 1.5 negative 6 1/4. Look at that, a beautiful sketch of y equals x squared minus 3x minus 4. That's how you do it. Okay, see you in class.